Yo! Tell me what's up.
Hello, everybody. Hashtag Total Blackout, episode 13. Hope you're all doing well. I am C13, the boss, the producer, the professional pedantic prick. And with me, as per usual, is the maniacal Mark, the patron saint, the socially awkward, dictator of DC, messiah of Marvel, the rescuer of Raven.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my God! Emma Watson poses topless for James Houston's Natural Beauty book, which referenced global green. Oh my Lord! Elizabeth! Emma! I need mouth to mouth.
That was more like Sienna.
Oh,
Not quite.
Oh, shuck it.
Okay, quack, quack.
We're back to wrestling eventually.
Yes, I am back. I am here. I am alive. My name is the King.
I want to wrestle her, you know. If I think the lottery for me wouldn't be the millions and millions of
I
dollars.
know drinking Coke.
Yeah.
They can keep on the one with bud.
Yeah, but for me, my lottery would be Essa and Emma Watson both coming up to me and like saying, "Let's do it." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'd actually be on the phone going, "Geek, you won't believe this shit, man."
I wouldn't.
I know you would. I'd have to say,
I'd want video evidence of Emma.
Pixar it didn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah, episode 13. We are here. We're basically, I'm always looking for fresh, innovative ideas to try and improve the show. And after a lot of studying, I came up with a good idea to try and improve the show. So, Adam and Geek are drinking.
Yes!
And I've got Coke because I don't drink. I'm a very, very social drinker. Like I drink. I don't buy alcohol for myself.
Me too. I drink with you people.
Mm-hmm.
I drink with other people. And I drink with the voices in my head.
I drink till the
But
voices
I don't buy myself alcohol. Just because it means I can't get pissed. And if I do get drunk, it's somebody else's fault. So anyway,
Again, I just drink until the voices go.
So after one, usually.
now basically, we are here to talk about this week's episode of Raw. Plus, we'll cover some news from other wrestling companies. We'll talk about some other wrestling news. And comment on some questions we've had on Fan Corner, or at the very least, like some of the messages we've received. And we'll talk about the awards.
If you're going to look at stupid websites, at least do a wrestling one since you're on a wrestling show.
Yeah, Adam's got... Funk is joining us in the studio this week.
No!
Only because we've got beer.
Yeah,
Only because I'm a mascot and it's my job to give moral support by being an idiot.
and that's why I give you beer, to make sure your job's good.
There.
You're not allowed to buy it, you're allowed to drink it in your own home. That's the beauty of the law, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
I can't buy a drink for him, but I can buy a drink for my house, and if he happens to consume it in the house, that's not my problem.
Hey, Macarena.
Alright!
1, Maca 2, Maca 3.
I don't know what's going on. But yes,
So, Chikara style.
we kick off.
Chikala.
So basically, Raw kicks off with John Cena.
Oh, raw.
John Cena in the ring.
Maybe we got that far in the show.
They have.
Yeah, excuse me.
Let me just do this. SmackDown,
Yeah.
something happened.
Yeah.
NXT, something happened.
What about main event?
Something happened.
Oh, Saturday Slap.
Something happened involving Mick Foley. He is the GM.
He is. But Raw, John Cena comes out, and I honestly don't know what he accomplished. I can't actually remember what he did.
He did a bunch of bullshit that then Vicky Guerrero... Vicky!
What?
Vicky?
Mm-hmm.
You're the managing supervisor. But where is the assistant managing supervisor?
Maybe he was filing some papers in the back.
Brad doesn't do that.
Or maybe...
That's other people's jobs.
No, his job is to assist her.
No, he's the assistant.
Yeah, so he has to assist her.
He's the assistant managing supervisor.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's the assistant to the managing supervisor.
Brad said himself.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Just because you don't like him.
No, Geek. Here's the thing, right? You know, he has no power on Raw. All right. The only thing he can do is make suggestions to Vicky Guerrero.
He has no power. Yeah.
Teddy Long has no power on SmackDown. Look at the shit he does.
He does. Because he is the assistant general manager.
He's not.
He is.
He's not even that. He's a fucking advisor.
Well, yeah.
He's the senior advisor.
he's
And he goes and makes shit.
We all
So,
have the rules
okay,
over SmackDown and Raw. Ryback. It's Ryback rules.
He does.
Incidentally,
Speaking of Ryback,
that's a terrible catchphrase, and I actually hope he gets something good.
I like Ryback rules.
I hate that. It's like...
I prefer just the female more. I don't understand the Ryback rules thing.
Ryback.
It just sounds like...
I know that.
like, it just sounds like something a kid would say. Which I suppose is the point. Yeah. But, no, the thing about Teddy Long is, though, is that Booker T pretty much gives him a certain power, but now Teddy Long's starting to fuck up. So Booker T is now bollocking him for it. But it's like, Booker, you gave him the power, so it's your fault. You know? I don't get... That's what... I swear, the only reason that Teddy Long is there is... It must be because Booker T's busy doing other shit. Like, I don't know if he's going... I don't know if he closed his wrestling company, or if it's still open or whatever, but you remember Booker T opened his own wrestling thing?
Yeah, he trains it down in Texas,
Yeah, so maybe he's busy with that, or maybe he actually has a position at the office, maybe he's part of creative or something, who knows. But there must be something like that, because we see Teddy far more than we see Booker. So...
I think it's supposed to be that Booker's getting undermined.
Teddy Long getting too comfortable in the position he used to have.
Yep.
Probably, but anyway, as you said, Ryback comes out. Big Guerrero comes out and calls out Ryback, not to fight, obviously. And basically, Ryback is like saying things to Tori Cena. I'm not here for a fight this time. They have a bit of back and forth.
She declared that she didn't allow Ryback to.
No, she not first.
I thought she did straight away.
No, she offered John Cena the chance to pick a match, and John Cena was like, "Great, what do we fucking do?" And he was like saying things like, "How about like this kind of match? How about a wine match? You know, where whoever whines the most wins." And so it's just like, "See, you're the last one to fucking talk." You know what I mean? But
the amount of times you come out and say you don't bitch and moan, and you spent the last year bitching and moaning.
Yeah, in fact, you're bitching and moaning about people bitching and moaning. That makes you bitching and moaning. But and so Cena said, "I don't care." So Vicky goes, "Fine, Ryback, you pick." And Ryback decides it's going to be.
You are stupid for letting me pick.
Yeah, and
I like how Ryback pronunciates every syllable he says. Ryback rules.
I swear when he speaks, it sounds like he's trying to do the voiceover guy. Like not what was he called? What the fuck was he called? Don LaFontaine. Which, by the way, is an awesome name. It's not even fake.
Don LaFontaine! Hey!
Hello, I am Don LaFontaine. You know, but Ryback sounds like he's trying to do that voice. It's like, yes, John Cena, I will kill you. I will destroy you. I want a wrestler who has that gimmick. You know, they're just called the voiceover. It's like, yes, and at SummerSlam, I will defeat you in a glorious battle of the ages. It'd be awesome. It'd be a shit wrestler, but it'd be a fucking awesome gimmick to have. It'd be better than Fandango. I know, I haven't said the name properly.
Done! Go!
Or even better.
1 out.
That's so funny.
I just watch it now. At WrestleMania, fun, done, go. But basically, the Ryback announces it's going to be a last man standing match.
I do.
Indeed, he wins. But it's last man standing match, which can only go well. Because last man standing matches always go well.
How many last man standing matches have John Cena lost?
None.
Why challenge a man to a match he's never lost?
I don't know. I was going to take out WrestleMania.
Oh!
Yeah, but that's different. The point is to beat them at his own game. With John Cena, Ryback's going, I'm going to get you in a match where I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I would just go for the no disqualification. I would just say, if you know what I wouldn't mind at Extreme Rules? A match that's called Hardcore.
Hardcore country!
Because it's like, are we not allowed to mention the word hardcore anymore? Is that what it is? We're not allowed to actually mention the word?
I don't know, but I just remind myself of a joke.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, she puts the cunt in country.
Indeed, she does.
Is she even country though? I mean, she may be from.
Country
But
pop.
She's a heartless bitch.
Country pop is classic these days.
I don't even think she's a heartless bitch. I just think she's fucking.
A heartless harpy.
No, I think she's got the kind of mind that a gentle breeze could change. It's just, it's like I swear she just goes outside and it's just like, poof. Okay, I'm different. Maybe she's just. It's like it's kind of like a 50 dates or something like that.
Yeah.
Where the last house like wakes up and she forgets
50
everything.
first dates because she's got short-term memory loss.
Yeah, it's like that. It's 50. It's just like something like that. But anyway, yeah. So Ryback's picked the last man standing match. I don't mind the last man standing match itself. I actually tend to find them quite. I know there are some people who tend to find they're a bit long, which I understand because it's like you're waiting for the 10 count, and every time it's not 1, 2. Oh god, it's 1, 2. It is.
And Cena and Ryback both learned the same lesson.
Mm-hmm.
8, he's still dead. 9, there's movement. He's in the ring!
Yeah. Honestly, it's like. I think I saw this in another match where a superstar just got in the ring for the count of 9, but they were struggling.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, burst of energy. And I was fine with that. But it's like, John Cena's like, on the floor, in the ring. It's like,
I'm alive!
and then he goes on a fucking crusade. You know what I mean? It's like, I swear to God.
You shall not pass.
But I'm actually quite excited for the last man standing match because think about it, it's not. This isn't going to be your fucking WrestleMania classic. This isn't going to be Shawn Michaels, versus Bret the Hitman Hart or some shit. This is going to be two guys who can't. John Cena and Ryback have very limited wrestling ability.
Yeah.
John Cena's far more gifted than fucking Ryback is, which isn't fucking saying much. But they're in a match where that doesn't matter, and that's why you have these kind of matches. Not because you should have them every fucking week, but because you use them when you use them to progress a feud and to let these people just do what they can to put on a good match without showing much of their weakness. The only thing I would say is this kind of match. I mean, I honestly, because I was about to bring up the Hell in a Cell, like Hell in a Cell was always the match to end a feud.
Yeah.
It was and Last Man Standing was one of those kind of matches as well. It was the match that would end the feud.
Yeah.
But then that kind of got relegated, I think, pretty much round about.
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I think Last Man Standing kind of got kind of relegated to just a big match scenario, probably around about 06 or 07. Yeah.
07 where you have a Last Man Standing match on a fucking SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think then it was like because you can't have a Hell in a Cell and Raw SmackDown. You just can't.
There's been one, but it was an official one, but it wasn't a proper Hell in a Cell match. Yeah. It was where Undertaker and it was a King of Mankind challenge. Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin to a match, and they brought the cell down before the match.
Yeah. And
then somewhere along the lines, Kane and Mankind get locked out of the cell after Stone Cold knocked them out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point, he's got Kane on the top of the cell, he stuns him. And then Undertaker beats the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
I saw an attitude era this year on WWE13.
Well, that's the thing. It's I really, if I was, because there was this news, you must have heard this, that there's a guy, I think he was a football player, he wants to buy WWE.
No, he's a
UFC fight.
Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, he wants to buy WWE.
He thinks he's got enough money to buy WWE, which point WWE turn around and goes, we're not for sale, but if you'd like to buy some shares, we are a publicly traded company.
Yeah. But he was like, you think you have enough money to buy WWE? Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, though. I mean, he's
yeah,
up there.
But the thing is, there's two different things. There's the value of a company, and then there's a selling price. Vince McMahon has a figure in his head, because he's a businessman, but no one can afford that price. Or at least no one that is interested in buying it can afford that price. You can imagine, if WWE is worth, say, 1.7 billion, which it'll be more than that, but if it was worth 1.7 billion, he wouldn't sell it. He would just sell it for like 100 billion. That's how Vince would work.
Vince would never sell.
Precisely. That's why Vince will be like, yeah, but Vince will always have a price in his head because he's a businessman.
Yeah. But Chael Sonnen's I was just turn around and went, nah, fuck that shit, so.
Yeah. I'm actually looking up on the Wikipedia to see what the last valuation of WWE was financially. Because World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated.
Hello.
So I'm just looking here. Okay, if you look at here, it says it's revenue. Because they were recently released. In 2013, they published a revenue of $659.33 million, which was up from last year. This year they.
Ow!
This year.
Hammer don't hurt him.
Yeah. This year they made $99 million in profit. Right, $99 million profit, and that was higher than last year. So they've increased their profit, and this year's profit is $99 million.
Just
Which is a bit surprising because I would have thought it would have been more for a company like WWE. But if you think that's an improvement from last year as well,
just pocket change by $99 million.
The 99, what? Yeah, I mean,
that's what I've got in my pocket now.
Oh yeah, total assets. So this is everything. Oh, we're doing $3.372 billion. So almost $3.5 billion.
I could afford it, but I'm not going to risk it,
So almost $3.5 billion for WWE. If you had it, would you do it?
No.
Find the money, buy WWE.
Because it wouldn't be profitable. Because once you're in charge, you lose Vince McMahon.
And you lose the fucking money.
Yeah, but you would make it back eventually.
Yeah, but there's not a chance in cat's hell that once Vince goes, and Vince leaves, everyone else fucking jumps.
Yeah. The thing is,
it's this. Do you know the perfect example? WCW. Turn to the left. 3-4.
Actually, how much is WWE stock right now?
I don't know. I have some.
I'm checking it out. $9 and so is that pounds or dollars?
Maybe I don't know, but it's 9.25. We put dollars because it's in the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah. So yeah, $9.25.
Down 4 pence.
It's been dropping again, but yeah, I mean that. So it's like what 9.25. Trying to think if I decide to take.
I own $9.25 worth from WWE. I own the plastic around Undertaker's lace.
I wonder how much stock is available in WWE right now.
I don't know. I got one share.
That's the thing. I would never know. I mean, I'll look this up after the show, right? But I've always wondered how much stock does WWE actually have available? It can't all be bought.
No, because if someone comes in and buys Vince's majority share.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nobody can because he has to sell it.
Yeah.
But it has to be a thing where WWE has to say, okay, this is how much stock is available. Because once there has to be a point where all the shares are bought. And, I mean, Adam, you might know more about this. There has to be a point where the company says, okay, we only have a certain amount of shares. And once they're bought, that's it. The only way you can buy shares is by buying it off somebody that already owns it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't even know how to buy a share.
My mum went online.
Yeah, well, that's like I'd be like I would have to like get the old stock share buying stock exchange.
Yes.
It'd be stock exchange for dummies. I'd have to get that. But to me, this screams something when I am talking about stock and finance rather than Ryback versus John Cena in a last man standing match at Extreme Rules.
Well, next up was even better.
Yes, next up, Randy Orton.
I hear voices in my head.
And Damien Sandow.
Randy hears voices in his head.
I'm trying to think. Didn't he?
Fucking hilarious.
Well, I'm trying to think. It wasn't to the tune of Randy Orton's theme, was it? Oh no, I'm getting confused with his Superstar Search. He sings all the time on there, so but yeah, Randy Orton, David Sandow, Randy Orton.
Usual match.
Yeah, it's just WWE is basically trolling fans right now by teasing Randy Orton heel-esque themes and really themes.
Okay, and as he's going up the top of the stage, I'm going to focus on the announcers.
Yeah.
Boom! Randy gets knocked out, but we don't see it until a replay.
Well done.
It was supposed to happen like that, as if it was it was an ambush.
Up next, it was R-Truth. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Versus Fandango. Jericho, I believe, came out and had something because he was said, "Oh, we are going to judge your performance." So he had a table set with all the cards and
But he can't be a judge panel by his own.
No, and he made a couple of jokes which didn't fly. Sorry, Jericho, you can't win them all. Well, Undertaker can, but
Only WrestleMania.
I don't know. Well, it counts. But so Jericho called out his fellow judges. Tons of funk.
Funk is on a roll.
Now, is it just
Funk
me?
is on a roll.
Or does Albert look?
Sweet tea.
Yeah, the sweet tea.
Sweet
I just not calling
tea.
him Tensai, right? But does Albert not look?
Sweet tea.
I'm not talking about the gimmick, right? But doesn't he just look so fucking happy?
Yeah, he seems a lot happier than he was when he was Tensai.
Yeah,
I know that's probably half of his persona as well.
yeah.
But he seems as if this is more enjoyable to him.
Mm.
Our mascot is pissing off.
No, don't leave, mascot.
I'll just be a moment.
All right, just don't shut the door. But basically, the Fandango kind of he loses by count out, and like the fans, like the judge are like, oh, zeros, and
Because they give tens to the dance that Truth did halfway through the fucking show.
missed opportunity. I didn't say a 4 out of 10.
Yes, I was suspecting Jericho of all people.
Yeah, I honestly thought Jericho would have, but
I have to laugh though.
Yeah.
Because Brodus
Mhm.
couldn't find his 10 during the R-Truth dance.
Mhm.
When Tensai, Sweet Tea had it ready and fucking Jericho had his ready, he was looking through it and one of the fucking doctors had to help him. So he ended up grabbing a 0 and a 1 and putting them together.
it works. Up next, it's your thing.
Oh, but
I can't wait to look at editing to see how long that was. I'll put a little counter on the screen for you. I'm going to show you how long that was. Just to go, bing! In fact, I'll do it now. I'll do the sound thing. Ready? Here you go. Bing! Oh, that's beautiful.
with Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yes.
With 1-on-1.
I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Come on!
Bring it on!
I do love that theme.
I do as well.
I also love AJ. That's the way she comes down the ring, man.
She comes again.
And the way she holds that world title.
Wish she told me like that.
Yeah. No.
And of course, 5. Biggie Langston.
Biggie Langston.
It was great on NXT this week, but he turns around and he goes, "You've been quite on an unstoppable force. You've been doing it really good." He goes, "You think that's impressive? You should see my yo-yo collection." I'm not even joking. He brought that up.
Oh, Biggie. Alberto Del Rio picks up the win, which I believe with an armbar submission hold as well.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I think it
That
was.
was by DQ.
Oh, no, it's disqualification. I'm thinking of like SmackDown.
No, this was a Jack in on.
Yeah.
The Swagger comes out and he hits him with a 7-foot ladder match.
But wasn't it SmackDown as well, where he actually, because I don't think they did tap to the armbar, but it was either Raw last week, it was either one of the Raws or SmackDown.
It was SmackDown.
So, it was just,
Swagger comes out and attacks,
oh yeah, because he takes fucking liberties with the ladder, like.
destroys Ricardo.
You just fucking throwing that ladder around like a prick. It's like, Jack, what the fuck, man? Chill. But like, it wasn't even like, like really protected. It was just like, Jesus fucking H Christ on a pogo stick. So yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised at seeing, I was surprised to see him take such liberties. I'm like, fucking hell. I couldn't believe how vicious he was being with those ladder shots because he was just fucking throwing it. It wasn't.
That's what it is. Yeah, but he's gonna throw it. I think he was alright with it. He was rather safe with it comparatively to some people who throw it around.
Well, better him than Sabu.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't trust Sabu with a fucking ladder. I wouldn't trust him with anything that can potentially involve gravity. Chairs, ladders, walking.
Yes, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ricardo got fucking hurt, like.
Oh, aye.
It was if he was trying to ram it through Ricardo's body.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. Shield defeating the US champion Kofi Kingston and the Usos.
Fuck! Shield.
Sierra, Hotel India, Echo Lima, Delta. Shield.
Thank you. Do you want another beer?
Yeah, always.
What are you up to?
Well, currently, I'm trying to invade this Large Hadron Collider.
Have you finished your beer?
I figure, if I take a gummy bear, and then I take an After 8 and fire the two together at high speeds, I can make a gummy bear with an After 8 filling.
No, seriously, what are you up to?
I have no idea, just wandering around.
Basket of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming up with shit I could be doing hypothetically, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but Shield.
Summer Rain.
Sorry, we'll play Monopoly later on.
Yeah, we'll play Monopoly, and this time I think we'll let Geek go first.
We didn't choose who went first last time.
Oh yeah, this
No, the
mother,
battleship
this
goes-
mother little bugger, right? Because Geek gave me some properties.
You just
that-
call me a mother little bugger.
Yeah. Now he's like, Geek gave me some properties that were mortgaged. Fair enough. I kind of made that happen. And Sarah comes around with his luck and being like, "Oh yes, I've been sleeping with Lady Luck." And yeah, you.
I never said I was
Take that
sleeping
beer
with
off and he's had too much already.
I can find having
Anyway,
a big chest. A big chest.
5,
yeah.
4,
3, 2, 1.
Doodaloo.
Who's next in the Royal Rumble?
Doodaloo. There are two kinds of people.
Right, up next,
Shield destroyed Kofi Kingston and
And-
Usos.
Antonio Cesaro defeated.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
Yeah, it destroyed Zack Ryder. Got on the mic, and I loved this. You got because I was telling you about this saying,
Yeah.
because you hadn't seen it yet.
I was at the course, so I hadn't a chance to see it.
Yeah, and I said you got to watch it because it sounds like because what would be genius is if this whole yodeling bullshit was doing a wee kind of kayfabing. Oh yeah, we're going to make him look like an idiot, so he'll eventually get pissed off and start being coming out of character a bit. It would be great if that was what WWE was doing with his character, like just make it look like he's getting pissed off.
Apparently, you uploaded a show half an hour ago.
Oh well, there you go. Was this on Facebook, Twitter, or Tableau?
On Facebook, you uploaded Shout.
Yes, I did. But there you go. Yeah, so Antonio Cesaro gets on the mic and he's like, almost believe-ish. Do you know who I am? he said he's Antonio Cesaro. There's no one that could beat him. There's no one on main event. Saturday Morning Slam. Superstars isn't around anymore, is it?
No, he said Superstars. That's what it is, yeah.
Is it? Fuck me.
NXT.
NXT,
He brought them all on.
SmackDown or Raw that could do what he does. And JBL was saying, that could be because of his match coming up at main event against Wade Barrett.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. But I like that. It was like none of that, but it's still the whole. I don't know, kind of stuff. But yeah, I like that. It was a decent promo. And then, of course, Paul Heyman, live via satellite, explaining Brock Lesnar's destruction of Triple H's office.
Which was awesome!
However, Triple H, you could spend a few, get a bigger office.
Get a decent fucking jacket.
Oh, okay. Basically, this is a bane of Geek's wrestling existence, right?
You have money! You married money! Get a good jacket and preferably don't roll the sleeves up on a leather jacket!
Yeah, you hate when people do that.
Fucking hate it.
But I really didn't give a shit about any of this. I couldn't give a fucking toss.
I did. I was into it.
Until Paul Heyman brought the Destroyed World Heavyweight Championship into the screen. That's how I was like, oh, shit, no, you don't show that.
Oh, but you do.
The last time I saw a deliberately destroyed championship, me personally, I'm not saying it was the last time it was ever done, because obviously the Hardcore Championship, but the last time I've seen someone show off a destroyed championship was during the feud between Hulk Hogan and it wasn't Mr. Perfect. Was it $1 Million Man? I can't remember who it was. It was the Genius was the manager of this.
Very perfect, though.
Yeah, well, it might have been perfect because he completely decimated the WWF World Championship, like smashed it to pieces. Then Hulk Hogan picks it up and pieces of gold are just falling off the floor. It was like, oh shit! Even watching that back, I was watching it going, oh shit! You can't do that because when Hulk was like, I'm angry, even I was going, yeah, I'm with you, Hulk. I'm pissed.
I'm with you, Hulk.
No, because I was with him on that one. So yeah, that's the last time I remember seeing a championship legit fucked up just to piss someone off. Because obviously we've seen it thrown in the river. It's not really the same thing, Throwing something in the river, you can go in, get it out, get it cleaned up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's easy done. But just physically destroying a title means something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, Brock did kind of look good holding the world title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dolph.
Mm.
But Brock's going to kill you.
But, yeah, but basically, Heyman's like, we're going to fuck you up too. Triple H comes out and basically does the John Cena thing by like going, yeah, I couldn't give a shit. He's joined my office. Whoa. This is my office. He points to the ring. And the difference between this office and there is in this office we fight back. Which, okay, I kind of like that line. But the rest of it, I was just like, yeah, wait and no sell. You're allowed to be pissed off, Trips.
I think he was, though, but it was that calming under, pissedness. It's like, yeah, you destroyed someone, you bullied people, but you went while I weren't there. It doesn't intimidate me.
That bit I get, but I would have been pissed about the office. It's just the fact that he could act as if he just didn't give a shit.
To be fair, it was probably made for him on that day.
Yeah, no, but it's still.
That wasn't his World Heavyweight title.
I know.
It wasn't his sledgehammer.
I know.
The only thing that was on there that was probably his was his mask.
Well, the crown.
Yeah, his mask.
Well, because he has a crown and he has a
No,
mask.
but he had the full face mask on there, on that one.
No, right. Anyway, I didn't care for it. Up next, it was Divas champion Caitlyn and the Funkadactyls going up against AJ Lee and the Bella Twins. And Caitlyn and the Funkadactyls picked up the win.
And AJ was speared to death.
Mm-hmm.
Not by me this time.
No.
I wish.
No, not by Biggie Langston either.
Yeah. Apparently Caitlyn's like a big E Langston, you know what I mean?
It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yep.
It does look that way. The only horrifying thought that I'm having is that somehow it'll end up being fucking Carly.
Oh, God.
That scares
I
me.
on SmackDown, Carly was running around with it in the back with a Rey Mysterio mask on and as a disguise. Because, he used to be a cop.
Anyway.
So that was how he was undercover.
Mark Henry was up next. He was challenging Sheamus to a match at Extreme Rules. Okay.
Yeah.
We
So then Sheamus fought Wade Barrett for the 1700th time this year.
And Sheamus got a win over the Intercontinental Champion. How many wins has Wade Barrett has as Intercontinental Champion in this reign?
2.
Yeah. Because he beat the Miz for the title.
Yeah, he retained it.
And then he had to have the rematch against Miz, hadn't he? Because Miz had to go away to do the movie.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's a rematch. But yeah, Wade Barrett's just getting fucking tossed around. It was just like Antonio Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro was being fucking used until they decided, let's take the fucking title off him already. However, Wade Barrett and Antonio Cesaro, please form a tag team. Please. You call it what you want. Call it the European invasion, call it the fucking whatever you like. Just kill the motherfuckers. Call it the Alliance. To piss off the WCW folk. In fact, you can call it the... what you could do is... you got a French-speaking person. He's not from France, but he's a French speaker.
Yeah.
Englishman. We need someone from Russia.
The Axis.
No, I'm thinking of the triple... what's it called? The...
Allied Powers.
In World War... I think it was World War II. There were 2 treaties, because they had Germany, Austria, and Italy, who had what I believe was known as the Triple Alliance.
All right.
And then you have Britain, France, and Russia, who were the triple, but they had a French. No, because America didn't come until later, but it was known as the Triple something. It had a French name to it, but it's like basically a Triple Alliance. So it'll be like an allusion to that, But I wouldn't mind seeing an alliance like that. Just like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You know, because it's always the Canadians that challenge the Americans. I'm like, why not the fucking Europeans? Fuck it, Yoshitatsu win. Fuck them.
Oh yeah, that's what you need, Japanese versus America.
Yeah. It's like, hey, bitches, I remember Pearl Harbor. It's like, how can you, Yoshi? How old are you? But, yeah, I mean...
Older than you think.
Hey, you make it bad. Take us a song. Yeah. Ryback versus Kane was weird. Now, I like this out because in the back, Daniel Bryan was wanting to challenge Ryback to a rematch,
Yeah.
saying that he'll prove he's a man. Ryback was like, I'm not going to fight you because I kill you and you got attacked, so I'm not going to do it. But then Kane says, really? Then how about fighting me? And Ryback goes, you're nowhere near half the fucking guy you were. There's only one true monster in WWE, and that's me. Ryback rules, and he walks off. So these two have a match, and Ryback does pick up the win. And I believe, doesn't that end with, didn't it end with him, like, beating the living shit out of John Cena?
No, what happens is Ryback hits the shell shock on Kane. Shield come down. Shield come down. Daniel Bryan runs out to make the save. Ryback then leaves, like the ring. Cena comes down to make the save, and just before they attack, Ryback comes in with a chair, starts swinging a chair, and then attacks John Cena with a chair.
Yeah, and the commentary team go, why is that, Jimmy? I was like, well, why wouldn't he? That's why the commentary team these days, it's like, it's like, Vince, if you're the one on the fucking commentary microphone, shut the fuck up. Don't know what you're talking about. Fucking moron. But anyway, that was Raw. Give or take.
Decent enough.
Exactly. I mean, could have been better, could have been worse. It could always be worse. It could always be better.
Well, worse.
Yeah, that's one thing we've learned. I don't recall a Raw I've seen. I don't recall a Raw I've seen which has been so bad it couldn't possibly been worse. That's one thing I will say for Raw.
Yeah.
I've not seen the show yet where I've gone, this cannot, under any circumstances, get worse.
I have a good Impact.
I was sort of, but it's like, I don't know what because I kind of watched Raw. I watched it on the Tuesday morning. I was watching Video Dead Air on the night, and I watched Raw in the morning. So I was still off Twitter and all that jazz. And after I watched it, I was like, all right, get on with my day, I suppose. It wasn't a Raw that made me feel like, and trust me, watching it live doesn't change anything for me. In fact, I prefer watching it recorded because I can skip past the adverts. Because the adverts kill it for me.
Sometimes you just say, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I tell you that I skip past certain matches these days, but I've cut that down. I tend to watch more matches these days. Because in the beginning, if I could skip a match, I would. You know, as long as I'd take it to like the last few minutes. But these days, I try to watch a full match. Just so I don't fall asleep during the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? But no.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now, normally we do wrestling news and rumors and where we go to Dirt Sheet. I'm kind of sick of looking at Dirt Sheet because essentially what the segment was becoming was, Ryan Clark's a moron. And I'm sick of talking about Ryan Clark. So, just for the record, Ryan Clark, you're a fucking moron, and we don't like the shit you do, And a lot of the fans on there, like, there's some awesome fans on that site. I'll grant them all the fucking respect in the world. There's some people on the site that are true, the idea of a true wrestling fan for me is someone that actually supports the product.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you support the product? Whether it's money, time, whatever. People who aren't fans are people that watch it just to fucking call it gay. You're not real fans. You're just watching it because you want to fucking insult it. That's my real fan.
Yeah, so instead what we're going to do is we're going to sit and chill and we're going to talk about some other wrestling companies.
Yeah.
Yes, this is going to include that one we banned a long time ago.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, the idea is we're just going to, and I'm going to stand next to my back to kill him. But I don't know if the studio's been a bit, I've cleaned up the studio a bit so I can walk around now. But, we are going to talk about TNA. There's a lot of reasons why. The reason we first banned TNA from the show was because I was supporting a guy called Lordcat and G33K. I don't follow him anymore, and personally, I don't like the way he's kind of like his attitude has changed for things, and he's like been really. We don't support a lot of what he does. And it seemed very little sense in continuing with his ban on TNA. So yeah, but I need to quickly park the studio for a moment. So Geek, why don't you tell people about the big ROH news?
Ring of Honor. Now, I'm a big fan of Ring of Honor. Me and Boss are. We watched when we can. We watch it when we can, whenever we can, and however we can. Now, recently, Ring of Honor's world champion Jay Briscoe has deleted his Facebook and his Twitter after some homophobic mentions, some comments, which is not the first of these sort of homophobic rants of Jay Briscoe. After a gay marriage bill in Delaware was passed, the Ring of Honor World Champion tweeted these messages. The Delaware Senate passed a bill yesterday that allows same-sex couples to get married. If that makes you happy, then congratulations. Try and teach my kids that there's nothing wrong with that, and I'll fucking shoot you. This isn't the first time that Jay's tweeted the likes of this. Jay has also tweeted after same-sex marriage was legalized in New York. Damn, there's a lot of fags out in New York today. Hashtag what the fuck. Now, this is what you want from a world champion. You don't want this at all. So, Ring of Honor, being the smart company that they are, have said this yesterday on their Facebook. Jay Briscoe would like to, and their Twitter, I believe as well, sorry. Jay Briscoe would like to again express his sincerest apologies and regrets to all, especially his young fans, for his recent hateful Twitter comments. Ring of Honor has insisted that Jay also make a public apology at the Ring of Honor event this Saturday night. Jay will also address the public during the event. In addition to his apology, Ring of Honor and Jay have agreed that he will donate his full pay from the next 2 Ring of Honor events to the Partners Against Hate charitable organization. Partners Against Hate was created to help prevent, deter, and reduce juvenile hate-related behavior. Now, this makes me think of only one thing. Jay Briscoe, you won't be champion by the end of the year. Hell, I wouldn't say you'll be champion by the end of fucking Best in the World on June 22nd. Their next big one. Well, of course, this has something to do with me not exactly knowing... Sorry, I was distracted there for a moment. Not exactly knowing who your champion is. Or who your opponent is. Now, Jay himself hasn't come out and apologised. He's just deleted his Facebook, deleted his Twitter, and the company's done it for him, and he'll be apologising tomorrow night, as we are recording on Friday. Tomorrow night in the Ring of Honor show. It's stupid. I thought we were past this as a fucking race, a species. Yeah. But apparently not. Yeah. To the point where it's acceptable for this sort of shit to happen.
I mean, here's the problem. There's a lot of, as you said before the show, there's a lot of fans coming out in support of him. Obviously, one could easily assume that they're from the same kind of area. You know, we use the term hick. You know, but I kind of get their point to an extent, but I'm talking about the ones like the 1% of people who are defending him, whose point is a person should have the right to say what they think and like voice their opinion without being punished for that opinion. But the problem is what Jay Briscoe. I mean, Jay Briscoe said, you know, like marriage bill, whatever. But I'll fucking shoot anyone that tells me about my kid.
He said, congratulations if that's what makes you happy. Yeah. But try and teach that to my kid that it's okay, and I'll shoot you.
Yeah. If you want to say, you know, I disagree with you. You know, I disagree with it, but whatever, that's fine. But when you start saying things like, try to teach my kids that I'll fucking shoot you, that's when you're crossing the line.
That's when it becomes hate talk.
Exactly. So, is he allowed to say, you know, his opinion? Absolutely. But saying, I'll fucking shoot you if you teach my kids this, isn't an opinion. I mean, these fucking things, you know. Do you really want to be throwing terms like, I'll fucking shoot you out? But mind you, considering where it's from.
Delaware.
Delaware, that's not exactly a rarity, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, other news, TNA had the...
One night only.
What was it, the tag team? Is it called?
Joker's Wild.
Joker's Wild. Now, I loved this as an original match concept. when you had things like people had to team up with Gus and Kong as a tag team partner. Was it? Because that's how Beer Money got formed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the first formations of Beer Money, yeah.
And I'm trying to remember who Sting got partnered with.
I can't remember.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Sting and Booker T or
Probably
something
Eric
like that.
Young or someone.
But yeah, I mean, but the pay-per-view itself was, as you explained to me, tag team would be randomly put together, and then in the finals it would be the two members of the winning tag team facing off, and then the winner would get a check.
No,
Or some shit like that.
no. What happened was all the tag teams at the end of the tournament
Yeah.
It was one match.
Yeah.
For a tag team match, sorry.
Yeah.
And then at the end, all the teams went into a gauntlet match.
Right.
And the winner got a check.
Right.
Basically, their gauntlet match is what they call a Royal Rumble.
Oh, I see. Okay, well there you go. So you said some of the teams,
Some of the teams were really good.
and then
Crimson and Gunner was Crimson and Gunner one I want to see in the future.
mm-hmm.
Fucking Samoa Joe
Yeah,
and Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
We should say by this point as well, spoilers.
yeah, but
Versus Chavito, Chavo Guerrero, and RVD.
yeah. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good tag teams. Like you said, one of the tag teams, Rob Van Dam and Chavo Guerrero, classic ECW classic, versus like, classic TNA because it was Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. Which, fuck, that's a match, man.
That was one of the best matches of the card. The rest of it was pretty lackluster, and you had some shitty teams.
I can imagine.
Supermax and Alex Silver, where Supermax didn't even know who the fuck Alex Silver was.
The show that had promise but never lived up to it.
Yep.
Nah, well.
Obviously, we haven't seen the extravaganza yet, but there's plans to watch that this afternoon on YouTube.
We'll see about that because it's my last day off, so she
right.
might be jumping on the old Skype and chatting with us. So it might be
Monopoly.
probably be a Monopoly day whilst chatting with people.
But there's still plans to watch that on YouTube, whether it's with him or not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you also have to gotta fucking watch it. I actually, it was a weird moment. You were showing me the preview for one I was actually marking out because James Mitchell and Judas Macias are returning at that preview. It's in the preview video.
The face off with Joseph Parks.
Yeah, so it's not like a spoiler. It is in the preview.
Yeah.
You know, like, so if anyone spoiled it, it's TNA. I marked out. I've never marked out for TNA before. You know, because the only time I marked out in TNA is when Christopher Daniels was out.
Yeah.
Then I marked out. But this is the first time since I've marked out. It was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And it's James Mitchell and Judas Macias. Macias. Is it Macias or Midias? Macias. It's an S. Right.
Okay. At least I believe it is.
So fucking hell, I'm marking out.
Especially because this is actually progressing like Joseph Parks
Yeah.
has lost Christopher Parks. But he seems to be missing about this board. Where's my brother Biff's thing gone? He
Yeah.
just wants to be a wrestler now.
Yeah. But
Let's progress this and get rid of Joseph.
indeed.
And then finally, wrapping this a little bit up.
Yeah.
Chikara
Indeed.
have a upcoming,
Alright.
tag team tournament called the Tag World Grand Prix,
Right.
which will be held on the 18th of May at Logan Square Auditorium, North Kansas Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois. Children under 12 and under get a general admission ticket absolutely free with a paying adult. So, it's worth go watch. This is I think it's like a 16-team tournament.
Uh-huh.
Featuring the Colony,
Right.
the Battery,
Right.
the Colony Extreme Force, which are the Rudo's Colony,
Mm-hmm.
the Young Bucks,
Mhm.
or in TNA, Generation Me, the Pieces of Hate, with a Jigsaw and the Shard,
Mm-hmm.
Zero Gravity,
Mm-hmm.
The Soul Touchers, Heidi Lovelace and Sitaran, the Spectral Envoy, How Wicked and that's correct, Frightmare, the Kentucky Buffet, Lancelot and Harlan, the Bravado Brothers, the Baltic Siege, Lost Ice Creams, AC/DC, the Devastation Corporation, and making their Chikara debut, former WWE Tag Team and one-time TNA Tag Team, Romeo Antonio, the Heartthrobs. Who the fuck would hire the Heartthrobs?
I honestly don't know, Geek.
Honestly, God. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure the Heartthrobs will make one match.
Yeah.
Because they've got at least one match in the card. So it'll be interesting to see how we go with that, that's for sure.
So, yeah, I agree with that.
So that's a bit of the independent scene, bit of this, that, and the other. I will be trying to bring more more Japanese and Mexican wrestling, but I'm currently working on a link to the Mexican wrestling world, and the Japanese wrestling world I've got is about 2 months behind in a minute, so I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, so, you do what you can.
Exactly. So with that, it's time for.
Yeah. Well, it's a WrestleMania special of You Gotta Get Ha-cha-cha. Yes, You Gotta Get Ga asked us a while back if Geek King could run through the WrestleManias 1 to 28 and determine which were the better ones, 1 to 14 or 15 to 28. So the first 14 or the second 14. Today, we're looking at WrestleManias 21, 22, and 23. So, starting off with WrestleMania 21, which was the Staples Centers in Los Angeles, California, had an attendance of 20,193. There were 8 matches on the card, no dark match posted. So, we start off with Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero in a singles match, 12 minutes and 39 seconds. And if you're wondering if that was a good match, Rey Mysterio with Eddie Guerrero.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that really is all you need to know when it comes to that match.
It's a fucking show stealer.
Yeah. Up next, you had the first Money in the Bank ladder match, 50 minutes, 17 seconds. Edge, Jericho, Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Christian with Tyson Tomko, and Kane. Money in the Bank ladder match. Now that
no one knew it was going to happen, and it didn't fucking feel anyone's imagination, especially when you involve the man that is shouting Benjamin.
Benjamin just defies reality. He's a perfect fit for that Shakara kind of thing. And, obviously, he's in ROH right now.
ROH and Japan, mainly.
Yeah, but Christ on a bicycle. Of course.
Well, he will be in the UK sometime in the summer for, I believe it's F4W down in Wiltshire.
Now, up next was...
follower of ours on Tumblr as a current trainee there, and she mentioned it the other day.
But up next, it was the Undertaker match. Now, this was the first time that the Undertaker's undefeated streak was the prominence of the storyline. Because last year, you were highlighting that it had been a decade, like the decade of WrestleMania. Not a decade of WrestleMania,
it was where it all begins, and it was the return of the dead man.
Yeah. So next one, it was Randy Orton wanted to be the first one to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. That was the idea. So that was the first time the undefeated streak was the storyline. It was at the WrestleMania beforehand where it was mentioned. People going, have you realised he's never been beaten at WrestleMania?
Yeah, well, it was like either defeated, like, really?
Yeah. And now it's, okay, that's what we're focusing on. Good match.
Good match.
Randy Orton was accompanied by his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton.
But Bob came down halfway through the match.
And that strong guy, I mean, that hand, Jesus fucking Christ. It's a trooper. Unlike his son.
Oh, there's a thinker. That's a thinker for people out there. You'll get that one on the car home.
Of course, Undertaker wins in spectacular fashion. It was actually quite a good feud they had.
A hell of a feud.
Because obviously beyond WrestleMania...
Lasted the remainder of the year.
Because after WrestleMania they had the draft, and Randy Orton got himself on the SmackDown.
And he hits the surprise RKO.
Because he cost Undertaker a match with...
No one can finish it.
Was it JBL?
Yeah, I believe.
Up next, Trish Stratus versus Christy Hemme, who is being trained and accompanied by Lita for the WWE Championship. Is there a single thing wrong with that ring? Yes. Geek wasn't the ref.
That and Christy had to wrestle.
Didn't bother me.
It fucking bothered
Did
me.
you see the attire she wasn't wearing?
You see the entire Trish was wearing. Fucking suspended them.
Damn! But, up next. This match hurts me. Kurt Angle versus the Heartbreak Kid. The showstopper! The main event! The icon! And now known as Mr. Hall of Fame. Mr. WrestleMania himself, Shawn Michaels. Standard singles match. 27 minutes, 25 seconds. Longest match of the card. Shawn Michaels lost via submission. I agree that match is an amazing match.
One of the best, it's probably the best match of the card.
Exactly. It definitely is. It is an amazing match. Don't have a problem with the match. I wanted Shawn to win, but Shawn actually decided to put Kurt over. And I'm like, why?
Why did he keep doing this to you?
I know.
Oh,
There. Now you're being fucking humble. Now that you don't have the fucking title, it's like, oh, it's fine. No, you have the title. I don't mind. Shawn!
no WrestleMania screw job here.
Up next, it was Akebono, sumo champion versus
Whoa! I love that.
Well, it's a big slow. In a sumo match, which lasted 1 minute and 3 seconds, I think Akebono was actually surprised at how good Big Show did.
I think Akebono was surprised it went that long.
Yeah, because Akebono tries to get Big Show, and Big Show's like, get the fuck back! And Akebono's like, you can actually see in his face going, oh, fuck.
He's not actually Japanese, he's white.
I know. But he's sumo, so I can actually do that.
Racist.
Big Show isn't actually that slow. You can run faster than Mark Henry. I know.
Zach Gowan can run faster than Mark Henry. Yeah,
But
Mark Henry's still
Big Show's
faster.
actually quite quick.
Yeah, Mark Henry was still faster than the entire Nexus.
Give it a size. Big Show's actually quite quick.
You just told her my quick.
What?
Never mind.
Sorry. I'm sure it'll sound great and everything. I listened to it during editing and go, oh, that was funny. No, what? I'm not listening back to this shit. The only thing I'm doing is going to add the fucking counter we had before.
Which will be right here.
What I love about that is like I'm not even asked to go get the sound effect. I'm just making it myself. Bing, whatever. But yes, the second to last match, John Cena
Actually, it was just John Cena.
versus John Bradshaw Layfield for the WWE.
JBL. Down, down, down. Down, down, down.
The thing about his theme, though, is every time I do that theme, I first want to jump into Superman because of the. And then I want to jump into the Worms Armageddon theme. Because it's like really hard to go from Superman to Worms Armageddon.
Right how Christopher Reeves felt.
What's it?
Right how Christopher Reeves felt. Superman the Worm Food.
Oh, dude, man.
Too soon now.
Moving on, John Cena became the WWE champion. A lot of people were happy. I was
Oh, fucking hell.
happy. I was happy when it came to
I was happy when this happened as well, and then fucking regretted it about 4 months later.
Yeah.
When he was still the fucking champion.
And then it was time for the
Where are you, boss?
Batista
I love when you say Batista.
versus the Game, Triple H, accompanied by
Motorhead.
the limousine riding, the jet flying, the kiss getting winning, and the son of a gun.
Whoa!
The aces and eights, the aces and eights.
Do you know who I am? Do you know what we do?
Triple
I'm
H.
the aces and eights. I am. I'm all. You know why? 'Cause I've got the looks of Barrett. That'd be Garrett Bischoff. Barrett, as I call him. What?
Triple H and Bully Ray, you're both gonna pay because you're gonna do what the aces in its way. Come on!
To be fair, both of them did sleep their way, quotation marks, to the World Championship.
I can just see Trips going, I'm not so, thanks.
Vince might.
I know, I'd take Linda over Brooke.
Fuck no.
So even I remember watching when like, Eric Bischoff was doing the whole thing.
Oh, no way.
I remember watching that going, you know what? There's worse out there.
No.
Okay, if you had Linda McMahon or China.
I'm okay.
Okay, I'll try to give you a different example. If you had Linda McMahon or Awesome Kong.
I'm over here.
I thought I left that in another room.
That you wished.
I do wish now. What the fuck was that? Miss Cole. Do apologise, this was. Oh, okay.
Do you need to take it?
I suppose I'm best.
Yeah,
You think about it.
I am thinking about it. Don't worry about that.
Jesus fucking Christ! People need to stop it. Why don't we get a phone in the studio? Oh shit, my phone's going nuts. It's opening up all my tabs. No, stop it.
We should smoke in the room.
I didn't even need a phone.
Right. I'll go with Stephanie.
You can't. She's not an option. It's Linda or Awesome Kong.
Stephanie is not an option.
Linda!
Correct. You're correct. Stephanie is not an option. She's the only result that matters.
No. It's Linda or Awesome Kong. Those are your two options. It's one or the other. There's no other else. Linda McMahon or Awesome Kong. It's one or the other. You've got to pick one. See, for me, that's an easy choice. I'd go Linda McMahon. If that was the option, I'd be like, alright, I'll get Linda McMahon. But the thing is, I can stomach that stuff.
Death.
really in that situation, you would go, I'd rather die. Really. So if I put a gun to your head and I was like, oh, wait, man, you got to pick. It's either this fucking bullet or it's one of these two. And you know, you'll get to shoot one of them. You'd honestly take death. You'd honestly go, well, I've had a good life.
Well, I know, because I wouldn't say that.
So
I've had a life.
Well, I've had a life. Actually, no.
I had a life. I got laid. I got drunk.
I pretty much could reach the mountaintop. And if I got a new love, I probably would.
And if I got on you, I probably would, and that would just be like fucking a skeleton.
It wouldn't be like the most fucking pleasurable thing I've ever done in my life.
Thank
But
God you said that.
I could survive. I could have survived a little bit, man.
You've done worse.
I have. Oh, what a year of disappointment.
Still kept going back for more.
Well, yeah, but she was using emotional blackmail on me. Like she was going to threaten to kill her.
What a bastard.
Thank God my second ex was at least fucking hot at the time.
What a bastard, eh?
Hmm.
Needless to say, Triple H lost to Batista! World Heavyweight Championship. And oh God, do we regret that in a month.
But good WrestleMania, right?
No.
Not?
To me, it's a mediocre WrestleMania
Oh.
with two good matches.
Oh. I like this pay-per-view.
I mean, like 3 matches on the card.
Well, it's your segment, so we're going to say
3 matches on the card. Is it 8 matches in total? That means 5 matches I didn't like. Gotta go bad.
Alright, like I said, it's your segment. WrestleMania 22. This was held at the
Great
All-State.
WrestleMania.
I'll just write that down now, shall I? All-State Arena, Rosemont, Illinois. You had 11 matches on the card.
Big Show and Kane, the monsters of the Midway.
The WWE, the World Tag Team Champions, facing off against Chris Masters, the Masterpiece, who I look a little bit like, I like
Not at all.
in my dreams.
What you look a little non-dude.
No, not at
Not at
all.
all.
I don't look like his shit. You know what I mean? So.
Well, that is a masterpiece.
And
Carlito.
That's not good.
That is cool.
Well, he lost.
Yeah, but Carlito's cool.
Yes, but he lost.
No, Masters lost.
No, Carlito.
Do you know why? because Carlito didn't know what was happening and Masters were in the back of the head. Then Carlito got chokeslammed, and that's not cool. But then the next night, Carlito turned face. Now that's cool.
I always thought it should have been Masters that turned face.
Fuck that shit.
But because Carlito turned face, he got a Tory. That means we didn't.
I'm sure like the idea was he would get with Maria because he would get flirting with her when she was with Santino.
Rob Van Dam was going against Shelton Benjamin, Ric Flair, Finlay, Matt Hardy, Bobby Lashley, Money in the Bank. The one person that shouldn't have been in that match.
Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
Scared of heights.
Yep. Bobby Lashley should not have been in that match. Ric Flair, he could do anything.
Woo!
The limousine run, chip fun, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing. Woo! Mean! Woo! My God, Gene, son of a gun.
RVD wins, then cashes it in at ECW One Night Stand. 2006.
Beating John Cena
With the help of Edge.
Yeah. Thank you, Edge!
Come on, Rob, we'll take it.
Yeah, that was a great line. We'll take it! I'm like, fuck yeah, you will.
And becoming the WWE champion later on in June.
Yes.
Following contest was scheduled one fall and was for the United States Championship.
Ding, 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 ding. Boom, 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 boom.
Introducing first. Being covered by Jillian Hall.
Was this post or pre-roll?
Post, because Fully Man had already ate it.
Yeah. Carry on. Oh.
It was plastic.
I don't care. It was
It's
horrible.
fully jellified, if anything.
I know, but watching him.
It's probably a large gummy bear.
Just carry on.
And John from New York City by way of Texas. John Bradshaw Layfield. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia.
Residing in Atlanta, Georgia. Because he moved by the man. Well, he moved years ago.
Yeah. The current reigning, defending United States champion, Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
A.K.A. the
Rabid Wolverine.
Rabid Murdering Wolverine scum sucking off white.
I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about that, but did you remember, what was it? Was it, people were like saying it was actually Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, there's a theory out there, Kevin Sullivan.
It was actually Kevin Sullivan.
It's kind of not being disproven.
No, but come on. Like I said, I'm not going to get into
I'd rather
it.
believe that.
I know people would rather do, but my problem with that is Kevin Sullivan's still alive, so it's like, if it is him, it's like,
and JBL wins the United States Championship.
I wasn't a fan of the match.
It wasn't their best.
No, they could have done a lot better with that. Up next, it was Edge.
You think you know me?
But with Lita
Listen, it's the sex spot.
versus Bang.
Down, 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 down,
That's
down.
the Cactus Jack thing, yeah.
I know. That's why I do it for you.
I know. I love it's my favorite theme of all time.
I know.
I know. I'm telling the folk.
They know.
I tell
You said
the
it
folk.
before.
The folk. Well, the one person listening. Yeah, Mick
Well,
Foley.
probably two once he tweets.
Now, the thing about Mick Foley was, oh god, when was the last time we saw Mick Foley?
Oh God.
Hmm.
Can't remember, but I bet he remembers you.
He does.
It was a couple of weeks ago by this point.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago. We got photos up on our Tumblr and our Facebook. Great, awesome, Jim. And that match, what a great match! What a brilliant match!
Excellent match. Excellent.
You know, up next on the card, it was
Can you dig it, sucker?
Let me talk about this one. I'm going to do something far more interesting.
It was Booker T and his Queen Charmel going 1-1 with the Boogeyman in a handicap match where I saw a black man beat up another black man and kiss his wife with worms in her face after being told by a golden man, a pirate, a mentally disabled, or handicapped, let's be honest, grown-ass man with a man who's a millionaire, two old ladies, one who sadly passed away since, who was getting one whose feet was getting licked by someone who it wasn't their fault, telling them to embrace his freak. What a weird fucking night that was. Anyway, Boogeyman beats Booker T and Sharmell. The next match was in the Women's Championship and featured Mickie James going on one-on-one with Trish Stratus in what featured some of the most legendary moments of this entire WrestleMania, where Mickie plays the lesbian psychotic in love with Trish Stratus fan to the T, of point where she gropes him by the crotch, then proceeds to put her mouth running through it as in a V shape. She enjoys with her head stuck in between Trish's legs. And there's just so many great moments. I'm going to take a minute here to think about. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. That's it, Mickey. You grab the crotch. You grab the crotch, yeah. That felt good, didn't it? Yeah. Anyway, Mickie James wins and beats Trish Stratus. Sorry about that, folks. I got distracted for a moment. And a very good match, and probably one of the best women's matches you've seen in years at that point. Next up was the streak match. The Undertaker versus Mark Henry. Boss has just come back from cleaning himself up after the fought with Mickie James and Trish Stratus. Next up was the Undertaker streak match, and it was the Undertaker once again going one-on-one with Mark Henry in a casket match.
Not the worst, but one of the worst.
Made well for this show. Next up had a no holds barred match.
No holds barred. No holds barred. The evil Zeus.
No. The evil Vince McMahon
Oh, yes.
went one-on-one with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels,
Knock his teeth down his throat.
where Shawn destroyed his boss. Killed him. But Satan still lived, and Vince McMahon's heart was still beating as he was stretching away, giving the old one-fingered salute to HBK. In a great match. It's a card full of great matches, but this is going to be arguably the best match of the show. Following up was the first World Championship match. It was the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. Rey Mysterio going one on one.
Great save.
Yeah. With Randy Orton and Kurt Angle, the people would never would have noticed it. Where Randy bitched his way into the match and bitched himself to a fucking suspension, and then got himself bitched to the fact that he was going to lose the fucking match.
Yeah, because he'd beaten Rey Mysterio at No Way Out to get into the match in the first place. And then he did the whole promo, which he was obviously told to do, which I still disagree with. The whole, I'm going to WrestleMania and all jazz. Because he got Rey pissed off by saying, and he isn't in heaven, he's down there in hell, and that got Rey Mysterio riled up to give him the match at No Way Out.
Yeah.
But that, I also disagree with anyway. But Teddy Long said, I can't change the match, but I can add to the match, which is changing the match.
Amending it.
So you're going to be in that match as a triple threat. Rey Mysterio wins the World Championship.
Dreams still come true for Rey Mysterio.
And that arena audience wasn't happy.
It was a mixed reaction at best.
Mm-hmm.
And but Ray felt like that. Probably felt like that most of his first world title run because he was looked upon as the charity case.
Yeah, when he picked up a second one, it was a bit more accepted, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
was it Jack Swagger who beat?
Fatal 4-way. Jack Swagger, Kane, and CM Punk.
Aye.
It wasn't Kane, sorry. Big Show.
Yeah, because Kane ended up beating him.
Because Kane came down and attacked CM Punk because he thought that he was the because he claimed that he was the one who attacked the Undertaker from a coma when it was Kane.
So but Kane went at the first Money in the Bank pay-per-view, didn't he? Because the first Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Oh, I couldn't tell you it was the first one.
Because the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was the first time that Raw and SmackDown had their own separate one, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the first one, whether he did the first one the year after, because Miz won it for Raw. But I know that he cashed it in on the same night.
Yeah, but
I couldn't tell you whether it
I
was
think
yes or
Kane
not.
was the first one with the SmackDown
Fair
one.
enough. We'll check in a minute.
Because Jack Swagger was the last one to hold the Universal one.
Yes. And Tori Wilson versus Kenneth Bell followed that match in the Playboy for the pedal fight. It is what it is.
It is really.
It was a gap between John Cena. It was a gap between title fights where you had John Cena versus Triple H for the WWE Championship match in a very good match, old school wrestling match.
Where Triple H tapped.
Triple H taps out to the STFU, and this is.
I would say overall good card.
Oh, it's a great fucking card.
Good card. Not the best in the world, of course, but good enough.
Best in the world.
Then up next it was until the next tap did.
I know.
I looked at Buddy Bank.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty certain he was the first.
Was this the first one? This must be the first one. Yes, this was the first one. Kane did win at the first one, correct?
Sweet.
He defeated Big Show, Matt Hardy, Christian, Kofi Kingston, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. After Rey Mysterio defeated Jack Swagger for the title,
Yeah, it was
Kane then defeated him in 54
quickest,
seconds.
Yeah, quickest cash in history.
Yeah, quickest gap between between winning it and cashing in. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean it's the quickest cash in.
Aye. And because Miz won that year as well.
Yeah. And then Miz eventually cashed in on Randy Orton on an episode of Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm. I always get these wrong. Yeah, I thought that was the same year.
Because then the year after it was Daniel Bryan for SmackDown.
But did they do?
Yeah, Alberto Del Rio, who then cashed it in on Big Show and CM Punk respectively.
That is correct. And following this for the WrestleManias, the last one we'll look at today was WrestleMania 23, where it was the all grown up tagline, which Boss hates. But I
Michigan, wasn't it? Was it Detroit?
It was, which had a couple of awesome themes. The Memory Will Never Die by Default.
Yes.
And Ladies and Gentlemen
Yes.
by Saliva.
Because this one had some really good, really big build matches. But,
Yeah.
start from the bottom. Yeah.
Start from the top. That match was Ric Flair versus and Carlito
Oh, yes.
versus Gregory Helms and Chavo. For the tag team Lumberjack match, it was what you expect. Lumberjacks were Viscera, Shad Gaspar, and JTG. Crime Time.
Brooklyn.
Chris Masters, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas, the world's greatest tag team. I'm Robbie, and I'm Robbie. Then the Caster Boys, a.k.a.
The Highlanders.
Super Crazy.
I'm super.
I'm Crazy.
I'm super crazy.
Johnny Nitro.
Hi, I'm Johnny Nitro.
Wow, Venus.
Hello, ladies.
Jim Duggan.
Oh!
Eugene.
I'm Eugene.
Lance Kane and Trevor Murdoch, the Redneck Wrecking Crew.
Yeehaw.
Kenny Dykstra.
John Cena! You never make a name!
Davari. Sharon Hall.
Cool, yeah.
Sylvain Grenier. At the time, I believe he was doing the whole model gimmick.
Salut, bonjour, comment vas-tu? Moi ça va bien, donc j'ai ma salut.
I'll take the next one.
Okay.
Juice and Domino. Oh!
Thank you.
Paul London and Brian Kendrick, the Hooligans.
Yeah.
Lummers. Victor. Scotty Too Hotty.
Banging it. That was interesting.
William Regal and Dave Taylor.
Yeah, don't diss us, gentlemen.
Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yeah! Yeah!
I'll punch somebody tonight. Love that song. Jamie Nalbo.
Yep.
Funaki.
How about what we're gonna for?
Balls Mahoney.
Because you have big
Balls. I've got big balls. She's got big balls. And he's got big balls. But we've got the biggest balls of them all. Stevie Richards.
I'll show you. You'll see.
Little Guido Mariotto. Guido. Nunzio.
All right.
Hardcore Holly.
How do you like me now? We don't.
We fucking can't stand you. And Snitsky.
It wasn't my fault.
At this point, he was in ECW, so he was actually doing the whole, which he never actually debuted on. But he was representing ECW. And the first match we kicked off with Money in the Bank, which featured Edge.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy.
Uh-huh.
King Booker. Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Finley.
My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
That's not his song, and you know it's not.
It is to me.
Randy Orton.
Hey, nothing you can say. Nothing's going to change what you've done to me.
Making his representative as the first ever ECW to compete. ECW superstar represent ECW. Blah, 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 blah. 2 beers and I can't speak.
I love you. I promise you.
2 beers and I can't speak.
Maybe you need a third one.
Probably do actually. Making his debut at WrestleMania as the first ever ECW representative, CM Punk. And of course, they were all defeated.
Yes.
By I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I weigh in an astounding, astonishing, ecstatic, it's a word, 246 pounds, lost a pound, Mr. Kennedy! Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Kennedy!
Yep.
In a very good match. Because then this followed. And I'm saying that, and not that this match wasn't good, this match was great. But anything could look good when this was the match that followed it. From Punjab, India.
No.
The Great Khali.
Oh.
And from Madrid, Spain. Kane. In a match, the Great Khali wins.
This match.
It's a horrible match.
Oh, God.
They do it so they get the Andre moment. Only reason.
It's like having an abortion at a christening. It's just, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, pretty much. And for the United States Championship, Chris Benoit.
Second time going into WrestleMania as the United States champion in a row.
This time walking out of the championship as he defeated Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP.
Ballin'!
At this time, not.
Oh.
At this time, he was just coming.
Ha! Come!
Okay, well, wipe yourself up. And the first World Championship match was for the World Heavyweight Championship match in this WrestleMania, where Batista! I went in as champion to face. If you didn't work it out already, what the result would be, it's the Undertaker! In a fucking awesome match that made me so fucking watching it for the first time. I had my eyes closed halfway through it. Third in contest with an 8-man tag team match featured the ECW originals, Rob Van Dam.
One of a kind!
Tommy Dreamer.
I'll take them both.
Sabu.
I'm pointing.
Yes. The Sandman.
Excellent!
Going against the New Breed, Elijah Burke.
I was in the Dark Knight Rises.
That kind of sounds a lot like what his song sounded as well. Marcus Corvon.
The Alpha Male.
Matt Striker.
And I'm your teacher.
And Kevin Fawn with Ariel. Thank you, Kevin.
What? So you forgot that Mordecai? Great. No, I don't know who you're talking about. I've never heard of Mordecai. I promise. Never heard
With
of Mordecai.
Ariel. I like a bit. I like Shelly. ECW Originals won for their big WrestleMania moment. And Joey Styles only Joey Styles made WrestleMania twice, I think. I think he voiced like 2 shows, that was it. They had 2 matches. Can't remember if he was there 24, if he was, he didn't make much of a fucking impact.
Indeed. Nah.
No, he must have been, yeah. So I think Joey's been there WrestleMania once, maybe 3 times, and voiced 3 matches. How about Joey?
Well, it's like the WrestleMania, like, beforehand, he was brought in to do the hardcore match with Edge and Mick Foley. And then it was like...
Yeah.
And then he gets bumped for Backlash. He doesn't even get to do Backlash.
And then he shoots.
Oh, he shoots and he scores.
Yep. And the following match was... The match that followed that, which because it was an entertaining match, the match that followed that, though, was really a match that no one really thought they'd care about. Despite the hype.
Yeah.
In a Battle of the Billionaires... hair versus hair match with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What? I said somebody gonna get J-Balled.
As a special guest referee, representing Donald Trump, was the ECW champion. His good friend, who he kept mispronouncing his fucking name, Bobby Lashley.
I'm Bobby Lashley, and you're a little bastard. Well, I remember that fucking cunt staying of a story.
Yeah.
And the opponents?
Representing Vince McMahon.
You gotta do it properly, man. You gotta get it all the way done, bro, man.
Go on then, you do it.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Escúchame! 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 Everybody listen! To me! My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada! And I present to you the Samoan Bulldozer! Oh, Maga!
And in case you didn't get that, that was Alejandro. That was Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Yes.
And the Samoan Bulldozer, Umanga.
Umanga! I love Umanga.
In a very good match that resulted in Vince McMahon getting his hair shaved bald.
Austin was happy.
Oh, it was fucking...
It's like, goddamn, this match didn't blow ass.
Because he had the bald-headed blues. The following contest was scheduled for one fall. Yeah.
Hey, right.
But to be fair, it was Melina versus Ashley.
Yeah.
The women's championship.
Oh, God. I mean, Melina, absolute whore. Ashley, what the fuck's happened to her? Like,
she's actually cleaned her act up. That's
I know, but what she's done to herself is...
Yeah, everyone has them. Everyone will make modifications if they feel the need. In a Lumberjills match that featured the Lumberjills. Now, you're going to kick off when you hear this, because some of the Lumberjills should have been in the fucking ring instead.
Yeah.
Starting off with Mickey James.
Oh, God.
Layla.
Yeah.
Gillian Hall.
No.
Candice Michelle.
Yes.
Caddy.
No.
Trinity. Who? Maybe for you?
Who the fuck's Trinity?
She was in TNA and she hanging around with the FBI.
No, don't remember.
She was the full-bodied Italian instead of the full-blooded Italian.
The only Trinity I remember was a woman that fired me from one of her East Fred companies because I called her a whore. It was like, but that was my
I don't think it's the same one.
That's all. No, I don't think.
Tori Wilson.
No.
Brooke.
No.
Crystal.
No.
Michelle McCool.
Yes.
Victoria.
Definitely.
And Maria.
Maria, you gotta see her.
Here she comes again with great. I can't stop you honest with you.
But yeah, it was a shit match.
It was a fucking shite match.
Event?
The main event for the WWE Championship was John Cena defeating Shawn Michaels.
Shawn, shut up! Fucking what the fuck?
You may, boss. You may have realised that boss isn't that touched a nerve. Boss isn't particularly happy with the result of this. Boss! Boss!
Yes?
They can't hear you.
Good.
You're supposed to be talking to them.
No, because I'm screaming into a pillow.
I know that.
It's what my therapist told me before I killed him.
Yes. In a very good match that resulted in Sean tapping out to the XTFU because Sean said, I'll do the job. It's pretty much I do apologise for yawning. I've had a long day and an early start, so I'm quite frankly, I'm yawning a little bit.
That's why we have beers.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to perk me up a bit. I would say this is a good pay-per-view myself. Boss, your opinion?
Yeah, good pay-per-view.
Good.
5 more WrestleManias to go.
5 more. We'll cover
24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yep, so we'll cover the next 3 and then wrap it up with 27 and 28 in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
I'll
take my chair back if you don't mind, good sir.
I do mind, actually.
Well, tough shit.
Oh.
We will tell you guys that in 2 weeks' time, it is the hashtag tournament. Owie, stop slapping me. Why do you mean?
Sorry, move.
I don't give a shit. But yeah, in 2 weeks. Oh, dude. Dude, come on. Have a bit of class.
I do. It's all low.
But yes, in 2 weeks' time, it will be the hashtag Total Markout quiz, where Geek King and I will go head to head for Geek's Total Markout Quiz Championship. Adam will be doing the quiz, and I'm looking forward to it. The problem we have with the Total Markout Quiz is the fact that Geek has an unfair advantage when it comes to wrestling, and the fact that he watched it, he was watching wrestling when it was really in its prime and coming out, whereas I watched wrestling retroactively. Like I said, the first moment I had of wrestling was Austin revealing himself to be the higher power. So, we've been trying to work out a fair way of doing it, but ultimately, we're just going to keep doing the quiz until, and hopefully one day we'll come across a format. What we'd love to do is things like, eventually when I get a new Xbox, because this one's broken, maybe I'm hoping to be able to invest in getting a video capture card to actually maybe do instead of a quiz championship, do it via the wrestling games.
Which will mean I will lose.
Yeah.
Because Funk blocks like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Because the only other thing I could do is a bit like, and I would be stealing ideas from Rooster Teeth, and that would be just it being a Total Market Championship because it happens on the show, but you can challenge each other to pretty much any game.
As long as it's wrestling related.
Well, no, just as long as it's a game, but the show. But it's we're looking into ideas and trying to figure shit out. But
if you got any ideas, send them in.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably don't say, well, what happens if you wrestle? Because my back can't take Funk stretching it, and Funk's back can't take me dropping him.
Yeah, because if we're going to wrestle to determine a winner, it means we're actually wrestling, which is a problem, especially for someone like me when I'm already broken. Like literally, I'm injured all over the place. I can go with these guys when it comes to an actual wrestling match where you're scripting it, but in terms of trying to competitively to beat these guys, there'll be not a chance. So yeah, we're still waiting on that, but hopefully next week we might surprise the world by me beating you. Don't fucking hold your breath, mainly because it's 2 weeks away. That's just
and we have.
Yes.
A return.
A return?
Fan Corner's back.
Fan Corner. Wow, 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 wow.
Fan Corner.
It's the place people send us questions.
Down, down, down.
And suggestions.
Down, down, down.
Now, you might remember last week
Geek speaks and the people respond.
I made a challenge to the fans of the show saying that if we got 10 comments saying, what is it basically like that Steve loves or Steve has to.
Boss
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
Bricky.
Yeah, and if we got 10, I would dress up as Brad Maddox at the next.
10, you would say,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Team
10
Bricky for the win.
Yeah.
20
I would dress up like Brad Maddox at the next meetup we do.
and 30.
I would get Mini Funk, Little Walker One to create a Team Bricky.
FTW.
Yeah, I can't say it because obviously then what's the point of you guys commenting? A T-shirt, and I would have to wear it, and I would wear it for at least the rest of season 2.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to put a time limit on this of a month.
Mm-hmm.
4 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
including this one. So this is episode 1.
Right. This episode is episode 13. They're shooting, right?
So by episode
So 17.
Mhm.
Episode 17 is
Okay.
the last one. So that is what? 14, 15, 16. So on June 7th, on this June 7th episode, because we record on Friday, so on
We'll count them all up
I'll count them all up and see what
and see how many we got.
if people there have been like I've got one person asking me like what do you mean by dressing up as Brad Maddox, like the way he dresses up as Raw, he's got like the cardigan, the shirt,
He's got the shirt and the
So, yeah.
waistcoat and the
Like
tie.
yeah, basically like that. But no, I'm not gonna get like the haircut or shit like that. Don't be stupid.
No, because your beard's much better.
Yeah, but yeah, so let's get some fan core questions.
Number 1.
Yes.
Sorry, boss,
Mm-hmm.
but I love Team Bricky. So with that said, boss loves Bricky. Keep up the good work and mark out.
That's one. Number 2. I'll read this one out. The first half of this out. Hi, love the show. Fuck Eric Von Gismy. No one bullied anyone. But with his departure, does that mean the end of the hashtags? Here's hoping and add my name to the mix. Boss loves Bricky. I'm a big Maddox fan. He makes me laugh. Sorry, boss. Mark out Ryan from Buffalo, New York. Okay, first of all, 2. Thirdly, yeah, as you guys, we talked about, we didn't want to really talk about this. I'll quickly mention it. If you didn't listen to last week's, the first 19 minutes of last week's episode was taken, although it was only posted this week due to driver issues I was having. Gisby obviously left the show. You guys know that. We've had a big falling out since then. We didn't want to, but we felt hurt by some of the stuff he was doing, and we kind of called him out a lot of stuff. We've had some people comment because as soon as the episode went up, people commented like we got this question like not long after we posted the episode.
I think it was about an hour.
Yeah. So So basically, as it starts, we've had some Twitter communication.
Yeah, he's heard the episode.
Yeah.
He's communicated.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're going to say for now.
Yeah. We're not going to cover it because, right, here's the way. This is reality speaking, right? This is reality talk. At the end of the day, this is going to end one of 3 ways. 1, we're going to hate each other more. 2, we're going to move past it. Or 3, it's going to stay as it is right now. That's it. And no matter what happens, I'm cool. Because, no offense, the way I've gone through life, you know, I've had friends fucking leave me. I've had fucking my closest friends die on me. I'm not going to waste my fucking time being upset over one person. If we manage to patch things up and work something out, he's never going to be on the show again. Right? That's a given. He doesn't want to be on the show. We don't want him on the show right now. You know what I mean? It's a given. We're happy with the setup. But if we could all get along, that's going to be great. You know, sometimes friends have huge fallings out where people fuck. You can ask Christoph. I believe he's Paul C 1987. I think he's called.
Yeah.
Basically, Paul Crackett on Twitter. Follow him. He's awesome. He's doing his own blog soon. I don't know where he's going to post up. Me and him have screwed each other over so many fucking times. But I've known him for over 2 decades, and we've been best friends for over a decade. You know, and we've done worse than what Gisby's done to us. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, we might get over it, we might not. Who cares right now?
As regards to the hashtag, yeah.
The hashtag, but no, he's like, I'm no longer hashtag boss.
I'm no longer mentioning the hashtags.
But
it's fan corner, it's total markout. The hashtags are purely for Twitter. So that when you search Twitter, you search the Total Markout, or you search Fan Corner, it comes up for us.
Yeah. Now, I will say, if somebody asks me what's the official name of the show, I'll say it's hashtag Total Markout. Because it's what's in the graphic and all that jazz. If I were to ever register, but if we were to ever have a website, if you look at our Tumblr page, it's totalmarkout.tumblr.com. For us, as far as we're concerned, there's no right and wrong. If you want to say hashtag Total Markout or just Total Markout, that's fine. If you want to say Fan Corner or hashtag Fan Corner, we don't care. Geek personally doesn't like hashtags. I don't mind them. So
that's fucking nothing. That's what they do.
So basically, that's where we go. So next one, Geek.
Boss loves Bricky.
3.
Also, if you could see any tag team reunite for one night only, who would you pick? Oh, fucking hell.
Me personally?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beer Money.
Oh, that was a nice one, yeah.
Easily Beer Money. I say when we were doing our favourites for the Total Markout Double page, I was going like WWE only for most of it. And I said like my favourite tag team of all time was, if I went for the WWE one, if I was going for like the greatest tag team in all wrestling, it would be Beer Money.
Cool.
Just Beer Money are fucking awesome.
They were a great tag team. For me, if I can say it's a bit different. I'd like to see AJ Styles and Amazing Red reform on TNA for once. Known independently as the Amazingly Phenomenal.
Yeah, and to answer a question somebody asked me when we first started season 2, question from season 1. No, we don't hit TNA. Next question. Where would be your dream WrestleMania location? Oh, and Boss loves Bricky. Sorry, Boss. Gotta love the hashtag Beefy Ref. Kelly from Phoenix, Arizona. 4. Dream WrestleMania location for me would be Newcastle, England. It's the only WrestleMania I would go to.
Personally, it would be a location in England, but if it wasn't the UK...
it's your dream location.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of something. Dream location to me is Madison Square Garden. If I'm going to go watch one, Madison Square Garden would be the dream location to watch one. If I just wanted one, like, purely out of fucking, out of logistics alone, and to get a WrestleMania possibility, it would be London and Wembley.
All right. Last question. Any plans for more live streams now you have a better router and all? Yes.
Simply put, yes.
No official announcements.
I'm disappointed, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed.
Because he didn't...
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 questions that he received.
Yeah. Anonymous, whoever the anonymous is that asked about the live stream, you are my fan of the week. All right, you're my fan of the week, mate. I don't know your name, I know, but if
4 out of 5 people, dude, you want to let the side down?
I tell you what, dude. Right, if you send me a tweet, just mentioning me, or if you want to send me an email at dcjohn03 at hotmail.co.uk, just to let me know that it was you. I'll give you major props to you personally. I won't announce your name or anything, but I'll give you major props. I'll send you a high five.
That's just... Come on, dude.
I hope the guy emails me now. You know what I mean? Or send me a question on my Ask page.
Geek Speaks. You should jump.
Some people are on my side, dude. One person.
The majority...
I'll take it.
Majority with Geek.
Mm-hmm. 4 out of 5. That's...
Geek rules.
That's 80%. 80% of those quite are on your side. So we've got 4. So we need 6 more for me to say the phrase. 16 more for me to dress up. And 26 more for me to wear the full t-shirt.
On average, say you get 4 a week. 16.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be fucking saying the phrase.
Definitely saying the phrase.
Saying the phrase that pays.
Oh, but you guys don't understand how much I do not want to say it.
Maddox is fucking awesome.
I hate Brad Maddox.
He's awesome.
And I hate these guys, because these guys are like, Team Bricky is amazing, blah, blah. I hate that.
Team Bricky for the win!
You need to understand how much I detest.
You love him.
No,
Team Bricky for the win, yo. For the win,
yo.
It's just time, be quiet, and go to sleep.
Anyway. That's pretty much everything for this episode.
Oh, now you don't.
Now, because basically the beer supplies were low.
I'm singing like Barry.
Yeah, basically the beer supplies were like Adam's got 1 beer left. I've got 2 Cokes because I nicked the beer.
No beer.
Yeah.
I'm on my last one now.
But I like this setup. I like this.
I do as well. I like this a lot. I can get into this box. I will never miss an episode even if I'm in America. You'll fucking get me on a Skype call, beer in hand. I like this setup, boss.
Yeah.
Right, I'm pissed. Why? It's access.
See,
I just access
I've
Rosa
got a-
Mendes. Mamacita,
I've
yo!
got waiting in the budget to do this for shout.
Oh. Oh, dude, I've got to go home one day sober. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, basically, now this is the point of the show where I plug everything, so might as well get on with it.
Turn it over with, yo!
We love it when you guys follow us on Tumblr because we post a lot of shit on Tumblr. We have the Total Markout one, obviously. TotalMarkout.tumblr.com. But me and Geek, and even the Funk,
We have recently we just hit 50 followers on Tumblr.
Yes! High five. You know, follow Geek King at G33KKing.tumblr.com and SteveJones313.tumblr.com. And then for Adam, you can follow him at The Lone Walker 1. That's the number one.
Yeah, follow Funk Killer, you'll just see a lighter version of mine.
Yeah. But, you know, we enjoy
But you also
Tumblr
get
so much.
some of his excerpts as well.
Yeah, but we do love Tumblr. I mean, Tumblr is one of the few social sites that we genuinely love.
It's the only one I love.
Yeah. You can follow us on Twitter. It's pretty much the same. Not quite. You can find our Twitter handles in the credits of the video. But very quickly, it's Geek King, which is G33K_KNG, Senior213, and then the Low Walker 1. But yeah.
But, boss?
Yeah.
That guy in the eyes, that guy in the mirror?
Yeah.
Give me the stinker.
That's because it's you. You're looking at yourself.
Oh, right.
And by the way, isn't that magnificent beard?
It fucking is, isn't it?
But from the Geek King.
You know why?
Yeah.
It's timed.
From Geek King, it's goodbye.
Peace!
For Low Walker 1, who left before, it's goodbye. And for myself, it's goodbye. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
I think he went to win the lottery first.
And guys, do remember, we do want your questions. Just go right now. You can ask your questions however you like. You can go to YouTube.
You said other goodbyes and then forgot to plug some.
I did. I forgot to. I did forget to do the questions. I'll admit that. But you can send a question via comment on this video. You can tweet us. You can go to our Tumblr. Now, if you do ask a question via Tumblr, you don't need an account.
Just press ask and then just send the one in.
Basically, if you don't have an account, it'll just post it as anonymous. That's
But
it.
if you want to put your name like Kelly and Ryan did today, just send a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Ask a question, and then there's our Facebook page. But again, you'll find a link to our Tumblr and our Facebook in the description. You know. So it's goodbye from us. Geek, take us out.
My name is the Geek King. He is the boss. At the end of the day, we are going to do this till the cows come in. Or at least the beer runs dry.
Which is
And
very
that's pretty much halfway done anyway.
Yeah.
Whether it be Raw, SmackDown, ECW, WCW, TNA, Ring of Honor, Chikara, New Japan, Old Japan, Noah, AAA, CMLL,
LTWF.
LTWF, PWG, or any other company you can think of, including TSA. yeah, TSA, the fucking security. You know they're padding you up to touch you up, weirdos.
Yeah, very good.
Or if it may even be Wiltshire's own F4W.
Or maybe NSA Wrestling or TSA if you play the Facebook Unstoppable Wrestling game. If you do, hit me up on that. Steve the Warrior Jones.
From Steve the Warrior Jones, a.k.a. the boss, a.k.a. the pedantic prick.
I am a pedantic prick.
From the nasty nerd, the fighting fanboy, the violent visionary, the extreme enthusiast, the maniacal mark, and the patron saint of the socially awkward, the Geek King. This has been Total Markout. Marks out.